go again. You think by now I know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush, looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? My God, don't we look good together? I should be running away, but so what, whatever. Oh, last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush, looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my
Did you see that? Did you see my new little... Oh, hello everyone. It's Cathy Zilski. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and my weekly live stream. Cathy Makes a Card Live. The weekly live stream is always a little different than my regular videos because we're going to make things and we're going to have a chill vibe, you know what I mean? But did you like my new little opening logo thing? I hired a dude and the dude delivered. The dude delivered. So because I can't animate. That's not really, there are things I can do really well. Animation is not one of them. And so I did it and good and go. So today I have a card planned to celebrate my friend Gina K, who is here in the chat. And I did not know she was going to be here because this was a surprise. And I wanted to do this card using some favorite products from Gina, but also tell you a little bit about why I admire Gina the way I do. Number one, I have been in the craft industry for a really long time, like since 2003, and I was in the scrapbook world. Some of you may know that, some of you may not, but I worked for years in scrapbooking and scrapbook magazines and then digital scrapbooking products and all sorts of scrappy things until 2017 when I got the card bug. And, I have friends who'd been pushing me. I'm talking to you, Jennifer McGuire, and I know you're doing your pilot's routine right now. Anywho, but I started making cards, and when I start something, I immerse myself in whatever it is. It's the all in, gonna do it. And I had started watching Jennifer after all these years of knowing her. I'm like, I should see what she does. And I found Gina because I had not watched her channel. And there was something about Gina's channel and her technique of teaching and sharing what she did that just resonated with me. I watched hours and hours and hours of Gina's channel. And I'm telling you, you can go back to the very beginning of her earliest YouTube and you will find inspiration on her channel way back then, all the way through today. Number one, she is a born teacher. She is a true creator in the sense of knowing how to combine her wares and show you how to use them, and a graphic designer and a marketer. And on top of all of the hats she wears, she's a really kind person. That's not an act. That's not fake. And she's funny. And I am so happy that I know you, Gina. So I just wanted to honor you today because 200,000 subscribers, there are 200,000 people who support and watch what Gina does. To get to that number, she's been doing it for, 16 years? That's a long time to be producing such high level content, and it's inspiring to me. So that's what we're doing today. We're talking about Gina. Love you, Gina. You know, get some lunch, because I know it's, you know, we're both in the central time zone, but welcome all. That's the goal of today. I'm actually going to be using something that I used recently and an older die that I love that I kind of forgot about. And oh my gosh, one more thing. When Gina gave her word of the day, which was on Sunday, it's you don't wear a bra and it's the Saggeth, I laughed out loud so hard. I thought that I was going to wake up Dan. And just so you know, he sleeps in a different room. So that was a guffaw because it was loud. It was very good. Okay, now let's get into today's project. And here's another thing that you may or may not know. I know, I heard Gina say, she talked about me, no bra Sunday, which really is no bra any day because I don't love them. And so the Saggeth is every day at Cathy Design Zilski Central. Neither there nor here. So Gina's like, I thought I might lose subscribers. No, if anything, you might just double. You might double that number because we are all part of the Saggeth. Okay. One of the things that I have done since I started making videos back in 2017 for cards, and maybe you've noticed this, I lay things out oftentimes and show you what I'm going to use. Do you know why I do this? I've told you before here, but just a reminder, it's because that is what Gina always did on her channel. She'd be like, you're going to need, and then she'd place her things down. You're going to need, and I would just be like, it was almost like an ASMR thing for me. I would just be like, drool would start coming out of the corner of my mouth and I would be so relaxed by the time she created her cards. And so but I also thought for me, as a new card maker, I loved having someone lay it out. This is what you're going to need. This is what I'm using. Do you have these things similar in your crafting space? And I found that to just be so inviting and warm. And so I basically did what every good content creator does. I just copied that for my videos. So Gina, namaste. Okay, so let's get into the project today. I do have you will need ink pads, and I have some of my favorite, these two colors I have gone to a lot lately, but also the new Blue Sky, beautiful color. And I am going to be using the Modern Hydrangea. Now, I did a card recently on this, and I also welcome to Beth and Emma, my moderators, got to give them a shout out. I did a card recently that was talking about the power of the crop using my cropping panels. And I used a couple Gina stencils, but I love this stencil so much that I thought, you know, I can do it again. I'm going to do it again, but today I'm going to be making my greeting with the Love You Trio. And if you don't know what this is, there's a big love. I'm doing it backwards. There's a little U, and then there's this love. And I have used this set on my channel before, but I'm going to do something today, not like a little different. You'll see. I've done some pre-die cutting because this week we are not going for 2 hours. Last week's live was very long. Also, welcome everybody. Again, this is a live video where anything can happen, and oftentimes it just is a card. But anyway, I also have master layouts too. This is probably my most used set of dies from Gina's collection. Also, some of you last night won some great prizes. I don't know how many of you watched Gina's 200K celebration, but I thought that was so great. So many good prizes. Okay, in the good news department, I keep my grip mats now in these pouches because my friend Amy, I saw you out there, Amy. Amy told me to do it. And well, hold on here. I got it. I thought I had lost this because I had used it, and this is Gina's. Okay, it's a twofer. You can stamp backgrounds, which I have used it for that, but when you flip it over, it's a grip mat. And that's the kind of thinking that I love, you know, just something that is multi-purpose. I couldn't find this for like a month. The whole time it was behind me on this little shelf covered up with papers. So, you know, keep searching for the things that you may. Kathleen Fink, you did. I remember hearing your name called. Well, congratulations to you. Okay, I thought about fusing it up today, but then I thought, you know what? We're gonna keep it simple. So I have, oh, and that's another thing too, if I may. One of the things that Gina does is I think she does cards and shows you how to do them successfully. She doesn't pull out techniques that are going to freak you out. She has a classic timeless design sense, and I think when people are starting out making cards, they need success. You know, you want to feel confident, you want to feel good about your hobby, and I think that is something, Gina, that you do probably better than anyone. Probably better than anyone. So let's get started. Now, I am taking a panel of 4¼ by 5½ cardstock. This is the heavy base weight white, which is it's really smooth. This is actually smoother than Nina Classic Crest Solar White. You can feel it side by side, but I actually save mine. I save my heavy base weight sparingly because I love it so much, and I just like to do this. Also, the nail polish color I have on today, true story. It's a new color from Dazzle Dry. I don't like it. And I actually texted a bunch of my friends. We have this little Dazzle Dry nail group, and I said, this just is like, oh, Grandma, you got your nails done. It looks so pretty. That's how I feel right now. It's just not my favorite, but it was too much to do. Okay. Okay, now this is the modern hydrangea. If you hold it up into the light, you can see the stems and all the goodness, okay? If you want to have all the choices in the world when you're using a stencil like this, cut yourself a piece of 6x6 paper and you're good to go. But sometimes I actually like to just crop from the start and see what happens, okay? So I'm gonna start with stencil 1, always making sure that I read the actual thing there. And let me change my glasses so I can actually see what I'm doing today. There we go. What I want to do is actually start this over a bit. So I don't want to have the full image. Now, I am going to be cropping. I'm going to do some cropping here, but I think I want to have some white space on this card. And so if you know in advance that you're probably going to crop something, and I did not make this card in advance, so, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the base of the grip mat as my guide, mostly to line it up, and I'm just going to seal in the goodness, okay? Now, I do need some Post-its because I have to protect the surfaces here of my cardstock, because I'm not sure yet exactly what the crop's going to be. And I think, by the way, this polish is like Briar Rose. Oh my gosh, Laura Bush. That's a great call. I think it's called Pretty Posies or I don't know, but it just on my skin, it literally looks like the modeled parts of my skin. So don't know if it's the best one. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's start though with our inks. And I'm starting today with 2 of the Orchid Trio. And let's see here. I'm going to take my brush and just make sure that whatever was on it last time is not on here. And I definitely think when you're doing nail polish, your skin tone makes a huge difference. And it's just, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. And also, I'll get started. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. So I've got my first layer laid out here, and I'm leaving some open space. So I'm thinking of the crop before I start. And you can do that. I'm going to get this light orchid, just tap a little off, and I'm just going to blend this on to layer 1. This color is so pretty. The trio of orchids really are beautiful. I also saw someone last night won the box of ink. That's a prize, let me tell you. When I started making cards, Gina sent me, because she was good friends with Jennifer, and Jennifer's like, send her some ink. Gina sent me all of her cubes, and I was so new I didn't know what to do with it. I'm like, what do I do with all these cubes? Now, I learned so much. Okay. And that's, I don't know. I don't know how many of you are newer to card making, but there is something I felt when I started that you just can't replicate, right? You can't replicate being so excited to learn about all the things. And again, I will say this, I think Gina has a teaching style that really addresses you where you're at when you're starting and also speaks to the people who've been making cards all along. And that is a really fine balance to achieve. She does it, and it's pretty amazing. Okay, now before I move on, I'm going to bring in for my Washington hydrangeas out there that I miss and love, the littlest amount of blue sky. I'm not going to put it on the whole thing, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of this swirling and tapping on my glass mat so that it stays light, and I'm just going to kind of sweep it lightly. I'm not going very heavy-handed because I just want to have ever so slightly a little bit of that blue mixing in with the purple. Maybe it got a little down there, but that's probably going to be fine, okay? Just like that. That's all we're doing for now, okay? Now let me, oh, where did you go? I'm just going to wipe up this blue so I don't pick it up next time. Oh, that's empty. Well, that's not going to work. Here, I filled another one with alcohol. All right, so that's layer one. I will lift off the grip mat like that. And it's just a little blue and a little of the orchid. It's really pretty together. If you have these colors, you should try them together, but lightly, because it's really, really cool. Yeah, really nice, lovely inks. And that blue sky, again, is one of the newer inks from this year. Okay, so now I'll bring in stencil 2, and this is pretty easy to line up because, again, I know that I'm using my this little guy at the base, but all you have to do, let's see, am I looking there? Yep, is just find a way to hide all the white. Give me a second, come on now, like that, and then say, drop it. Now here, I'm going to come, and the nice thing too is if you are a little bit off with a stencil like this, because I'm not die cutting it, you'll never know, right? It's gonna look really nice, and that is a good thing. All right, so now we're gonna bring in medium orchid. And I can just grab my pink brush. In fact, I don't think I need little brushes today. Well, I was gonna use, by the way, I will say, huge fan, Gina. And I purchased these. I ordered 2 packs. I love them because of the flat bristles. It's really nice. But you know what? I think I want to do more of a sweep with the bigger brush. Someone once asked me, how do you know which brush to use? And oftentimes it really is just based on your space. How much space do you have? If I only wanted to isolate this darker purple to this base, I would probably use the smaller brush. But oftentimes, if I'm going to go over the whole thing, I think having a bigger brush and tapping off a little is just a better way to go because it's going to give you more of a light sweeping distribution. But I'll show you here because I think, let's get that up there. Oh, this color is so good. You know, when I first started making cards, people wondered, why don't you use purples? I never see you use purples. And I'm like, I don't, because I didn't. Now anything with like a purplish hue, I kind of go a little wild for it. Let me show you what I mean though about the isolation. So here I can pick this up, and if I want to be darker at the base, that just gives me more control, and you get into that darker area without having to go up much higher. You can kind of play with this and blend till your heart's content. I'm just going to do that too. And then I am going to bring in that blue again for a little sweep. But I don't think I'm going to re-ink it because I don't even think I need to. I think there's enough on here to just go sweep, 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 sweep. That's it. Okay. I feel like I'm moving very, oh, no, we're not done yet. I feel like I'm moving very fast today. you never know. You never know when you do a live stream. So welcome to those of you joining. Today we are celebrating Gina K and her awesomeness with a stencil that she released earlier in the year. And oh, see how pretty that is? Just glowy. These colors together are so great. So great. All right, I'm gonna do this. It's nice to have you here. I hope you're having lunch, or I hope that you told your boss you're doing research, because, you know, I did have last night when I was watching Gina's live in here, and my husband came in to say goodnight before I had switched to finish watching in bed, and I had him come look at Tom's card, and he was like, well, that's pretty cool. He doesn't talk like that, but whenever I impersonate him, that's how he sounds in my mind. Okay, so now we bring in the third layer. Here's the thing about this stencil set too. It's just 3 layers, but you get so much like dimension, detail. I am guessing that Gina's daughter Alicia designed this. Am I correct, Gina? I would assume it's got Alicia written all over it. She has very talented offspring. They're all very creative, and that's just an amazing thing. Okay, so lining this up, you don't want the stem base for the flowers to touch. So you're just gonna move it until, yeah, that looks pretty good, and seal it down. All right, I do need, again, to remember my little mask there. And that's how Dan sounds. Oh, that's pretty great. You know, he's heard me do that, and he literally sounds nothing like that. Okay, yes, this is an Alicia design. Tell you, when you got talented offspring in your arsenal, it's pretty great. He doesn't sound like that. If you've never seen his voiceover video, he's got a very gentle demeanor. He's the kind of guy that would be your third wheel, and you'd love it. Like, he's a good friend to the ladies, because he's such a, I don't know, he's just a good egg. Okay. And he is going to do another voiceover video as my subscribers grow. He said that would be fine. And then, Gina, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I think if the 100,000 rolls around, I think I'll have Dan come in and make a card. But I don't know what that would be, because unlike Tom, Dan has no idea what I do. Like, he's crafty. I mean, he is crafty. All right, let's add our jelly bean green. He's crafty in that for many years, not as so many now, because now he's phoning it in, but for many years, he made me my Valentine's Day card every year. They are fantastic. One day, I don't know if I've ever showed some of them on my live stream, but one of the best ones was for our 7th anniversary. He made me a booklet with little cutouts from Life magazine that talked about our relationship. It's the best. It's the best. It was for our 7th year anniversary, and the end message was 7 years and no itch in sight. So he used to make cards for me all the time, but not, they were mostly cut and paste jobs. And I loved that. Okay, so that is our jelly bean green. And then I'm going to bring in my fresh asparagus. And this is where I will use, by the way, these are great for all greenery. I just feel like it's a very good combo. And I'll pull out Kari when I don't know. I have them in a bin somewhere, every card he ever sent me. And the 7-year one is probably my most favorite. So I think here, I'm just going to be like a little darker at the base of each little floral cup. What is that called? The part that holds the flower? Just a little. And then I'll build out my leaves as well with a little depth. You don't need much, but just that little bit. And see, having that smaller brush gives you, nice control. Nice control. Okay, coming in here. And again, just a little darker for some little extra. And here too, I don't have to tap off as much. One of the things that I love about stencils as well, they give you a little bit of a barrier so that you don't necessarily come in too hot because as long as you're starting off a little bit, it's going to allow you to bring it in and kind of place that color where you want it. Isn't that pretty? Love it. All right. And this is quick too. It's like, okay, the neck. Maybe it's the neck of the flower. I called it the cup. I don't even know what that means. Hold it by the flower cup. I don't know. There we go. We had more cups down here. I was missing it. Okay. But see, something like this comes together so quickly. You only need a few inks. You can mix and match your colors. One thing I will say about the colors that I used today, I think I'm going to come up with the stem here too a little bit darker. They are analogous colors. Oh, what are analogous colors? Well, they are colors that sit next to one another on a color wheel. So we have our, we have our purple tones in here, and we have our green, which if you jump over a little from the violet, greens are, they go together. They go together, and blue's in there, right? Our little blue sky is probably more in a true blue category, but they all go together. So you're not going to create mud on your thing. Oh, Noelle, yeah, we're live here, baby. We are live in person. Okay, so again, just blending, working those analogous colors. I think stencils like this give people the opportunity, and I say people, and I mean me, the opportunity to do something really artsy that maybe you can't draw or color, because I don't draw. I do color occasionally. Coloring is not my strong suit because it always makes me feel like I have no idea what's going to happen, and every single time it's a crapshoot. But blending with stencils kind of gives you, I don't know, just this ability to do something and it looks really good. Even if you're not confident, you can be assured it's going to turn out lovely. All right, here we go. And now I will lift this up and reveal. That was Auntie. There we go. Ah, and that is what I'm working with today. Isn't that pretty? Love it, love it, love it. Okay, more alcohol here. I'll clean this off, and we're done with the stencils today. Well, I hope, here's the thing. I will apologize if there's a glitchy connection. I haven't gotten any messages yet from the live stream. However, they're doing work in my neighborhood today, and I hope that they are not, and it's tree work, but hopefully they aren't going to hit the, what do you call it? The, there's a term, power lines, cable lines. If that happens and the live stream just dies, I am so sorry. You could always try refreshing too, or quitting and coming back out. Yeah, because I have it jacked as high as it can be. All right, you go down there. Now, here's the part that's fun, and that is coming up with your greeting, which I have done some work. So I'm going to bring this in and show you what I'm going to do. And that is this. I am going to cut a panel as soon as I put some of these things away. Oh, you go there. I'm going to cut my panel down, but I'm not going to be matting it, because here's something I do quite often with master layouts. The panels, these nest together beautifully, right? You can do your stitched panel, and then you do your panel that I think is another eighth or so, or 16th, but they're perfect. I actually end up using this panel by itself a lot, just for a plain, really nicely sized crop. In fact, let me see here. I know I should know this off the top of my head. So this one is 3 3/4 inch by 5 is my guess. Am I right there? Wait, I can do this. Yes, so 3 3/4 by 5. It's a great thing, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to crop this, and I want to have that little extra bit of white space out here, because I literally just did a card where I did the exact same crop, and I went ahead before the video today and I die cut the word love from the trio. So I'm going to work with the small scripty and the small U. I die cut 3 of these. I glued them together because I want to do a card where I say love you with these guys, okay? And so it'll basically be like this. I glued these all together, okay? We're gonna pop them down. And the reason I went with black is I really needed that contrast. And that, my friends, is how you get contrast when you do, well, imagine that's gonna be straight. I have a little hack for this too, that might be different than what you think. Me talk pretty one day again. I don't know what's going on here, but we are gonna crop this like that. I want to get a little bit in there, so I'm gonna take my tape and just hold this for now so that I know where it is, like that, okay? Now, by the way, did you notice? This is from Gina's last kit, but it's a really nice, it's nice because it has the 1/16, 3/16, 5/16, 3, it has like every measurement. That was very smart. It lets you see a lot, and I actually need that still. So, all right, we're gonna put these out of the way and put this behind me. And I will use my Intricut today. I oftentimes just use my electric machine, but I have 3 die cut machines. I have an Intricut, I have a Spellbinders Platinum 6. That's not true. I have 7 die cut. I have a lot, but you know, I have the mini, Gina's little mini, which I have used in a video coming up that I'm so excited about, but we'll talk about that another day. Okay, let's put these over here and let's grab the Intricut. And I will cut this out. Now, I do have the magnetic plate. Oh, let me check my settings. I am on die cut. I am on okay. I have the magnetic plate, and I kind of love it because it does hold things in place pretty nicely. But let's pop this in, and let's just cut this out. Oh, the boop bowl, by the way, that is linked in my description. That's part of the CZ Design collection, and it makes me happy. I need to have more boop bowls because I need them for more things. All right, so all I'm going to do is take this clear plate on top of the magnetic plate, and I don't know if I put my magnetic plate in the description, but I'll update my links when they're over. It's just nice because it holds things, and I still tape anyway because I'm an over-adheser. All right, and now I have my cut. Okay. So, but I also am gonna, oh, I forgot something. Okay, I'm going to turn off the butt cam for a sec. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have you all look at this for a second while I turn off the butt cam. I've got to grab a dish of water. Hold tight. There we go. And, oof, one more thing here. And you. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Okay, let's put my butt cam back on. I call it the butt cam because if I turned around and walked, you just see my butt in the screen, and I don't think that's needed. This is a family-friendly channel. Don't forget that. Okay. So my panel is here, and I'm going to put a little spatter on here. I'm going to use something new that I've never used before. So I needed some water because, let's see here, my friend Amy Rasavi told me it stains like a mother. So I'm going to have to be careful here. Okay. I got this, it's a huge tube of carbon black because I want to get the blackest black and, you know, something that will match my my greeting here really well. I've heard this is very black, okay? So we'll see. I need my splatter box or splats or see, okay, Amy, are you proud of me? And Amy, I bought this after watching your video. I used your affiliate link so that I could, you know, make the magic happen. So I think what I'm going to do is just put it on my work surface. And I think you only need literally, I would guess, oh, I got to take that off. Oh gosh. Oh, help us in our time of need. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, that already looks dangerously black. Garbage. I don't want to get it all over me. Okay, I'm just gonna, I'm doing great, honey. Thanks, Mom. Okay, I'm gonna put a little down, just a bit, like that. I think that's way too much. Here's the thing. I think this will last me until I retire. Who knows when that's gonna be. Okay, and now let's get some things over here to protect our surfaces, because I don't, yeah. Water. Okay, we're gonna do water. Oh, what is this? It is gouache. Sorry. This is gouache. So it is a really high opacity. You can't see through it. That's the key. And it is gouache. It is from Altenew, and it is called Carbon Black. And yeah, it's just a different black to spatter it. Sometimes when I use dye inks, which I have done in the past, they kind of don't look as black. And of course, you can't really spatter on a dark pigment ink because as soon as you add water to them, they start to separate. I am afraid. So we're going to add a little of this. So much. I should have done far less than this, but let's get some water on our brush. Oh my goodness, Kathy, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a whole new world. That's way too much. And I don't know what's going to happen first, so I'm going to go like that first. Oh, okay. All right. I just want some. Not much. Just a little. Now, I have worked on this technique, the tap, for a while. I feel pretty proud of myself. I am a person who would never have considered doing something like this. Spattering on things? No, I'm not messy. But once I got comfortable with the spatter, life changed. Now, I also have a fan brush that I've used for this technique. I feel really bad about the waste, but let's be real, it's gonna last forever. And I used this for years. It's still great, but I went back to a number 2 cheapy round brush. Look at all this. Because I found that the way I tap on, I get more control. And look at me, I'm like the anal retentive crafter. Now let's wrap this up inside a plastic bag. Okay, I know, Amy, I did. I got you into that whole thing. So now I just have a little spatter. It's just pretty. It's just a little, and it's super, super, super black. It won't lighten. It will stay this dark. And I know that doesn't sound like much, but when you see it in real life, which one of you will? I know that even though I should send this to Gina, actually, should I send it to Gina and not, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm just going to give this to Gina. I'm going to send it in the mail to you, Gina, and I'll write a little funny note. Maybe I'll write a poem about the Sagitt. You know, I give away cards every week, but I think I'm going to send this to Gina. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, while this is drying, I'm going to prep my note card. So, lovely lavender, okay, is going to be the perfect base for this. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to score it, by the way, today. And now I can just stir that around and get it out of the way. I just needed water because I wasn't sure if this would stain my brush, but I think we're good. And let me dry this. I thought lovely lavender would be great for this. This is probably one of my most used of Gina's cardstock colors. Lovely lavender and sea glass, beautiful colors. Again, the purples. And this cardstock works so well with the orchid trio. They work together beautifully. Yes, Gina, I'm gonna send this to you. So there won't be a surprise, you know. It'll show up and you'll be like, yeah, I knew that was coming. But I think I'll write you a haiku about the Sagitt. That's what I'll do. Remind me that I said that. Okay. Now, just so she knows it's coming from me, I better do the stamp-a-doop. There we go. Okay. And we'll flip it over. Now, I think, Amy, does this dry quickly? I should know. but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to add foam tape to the back first. I am on a bender with this 1-inch foam tape from Altenew. I think just because it's thicker and it works great. Now, I don't know what happens when it does dry quick. So like if I flipped this over, I wonder, let's just see. I'm just going to leave it there just in case. Gina, I can't mess this up now. See, now it can't just be messed up. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying. I gotta stick the landing on this. All right, we're gonna put this wider foam tape on the back. You know, I like a good pop-up. And yeah, let's see, yeah, that seems dry. Nothing came off here. Okay, we'll throw that over there. Come in here. Oh, also, speaking of my friends and lives, apparently Jennifer McGuire, aka the goat, aka my text buddy, she is going live today, and I think she's talking about organization and cardstock. I could be wrong. I fully plan to log in and watch because, you know, she has a lot of good ideas about those things. All right, so see, this is quite heavy in the, you know, this, but I think that's going to be so good. And then this is going to go on here. Now, yes, a black mat would be good, but for me, when I'm doing something like this and I want to preserve that margin of space, that's what we're going to do. Also, I made a shopping list today, and I'll show you. Gina K ordered Lovely Lav because I'm almost out of that cardstock, and the Pearl Mix because I have no black pearls, like those black pearls that she used on her card last night. I would love to have some, and for some reason, I never remember to order. So I think Jennifer's going live at, yeah, thank you, Emma, 3 p.m. Eastern. Yep, I'm not, Beth, I'm not. I'm going a little wild here, but I'm going to stand up. Yeah, the placement, am I the right way? Yep, sometimes you got to double check that. Okay, hold on. Even margins and commit. Okay. Now I had an idea. So I could use this to help me place my letters, but you know what? I'm not going to because I prefer manual. You know what? Never mind. I got a ruler. I got the Gina K ruler. I'm going to be good to go. So let's pop this on now, and I will do. Oh, I just love that. It's going to be so pretty. I think this is where I want my love to go. And also, I want my love to go out into the world to all of you for being here today. Thank you so much. See how pretty that is with that little pop of contrast? I think I might come up a little so that the U fits right into that little bit of white. Oh, there's a good amount of people. Thank you for being here today. Thanks for watching, because, you know, it's pretty great. Okay, that we're shoving off to the side for now because now we need to get our Connect glue. And I think because this has a pretty close baseline, I think I'm just going to put that there so I remember where I'm going. I'm going to add my liquid glue. This is really minimal. And again, you could totally change the look of this by doing the 2 dies in master layouts that go together, right? I love the stitched one. But okay, let's just do a little here. I'm getting a little wild. I just kept it really simple, but I'm just gonna, this is hard for me to do. I feel like I can't see because my glasses need more power. Oh, that's starting to happen now. You know, why am I just not dragging this through my mat? I don't know. I started putting glue down on my mat and then you just drag it through the glue and it works so well, but this will be fine. This will be fine. I don't want this to come off in the mail. So sometimes I'll just drag the little needle head also to get some of the excess off. And then we are going to place this right in the center. Right like that, love. I love this script. It's just, It's like it's just readable enough. It's kind of artsy. It's kind of cool. And it's very delicate. Now, I glued 3 together. So, you know, oh, Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat. You're always so good with that. Thank you so much, Kelly. KD, I like to call you. It's just very delicate. And if you just used 1 layer, it would be fine too. But I just felt like gluing less. I was in here last night preparing for this, watching Gina. Anyway. Emma Eaton, you're right. You know, here's the thing. Sometimes I just have better luck with glue. I don't know. Is it me? I think I'm old-fashioned, and I think for me that means glue. It just gives me a little freedom and a little wiggle room, and that's something I really appreciate. But now we're going to add these letters. So I guess you can kind of look at this and see how having some of those black pearl beads would be so good. Oh, thank you, Fed Eugenia. I'm glad you like this. I'll figure out something to boop on here, but let's get these right side up. And we're just going to line them up with the ruler, because that way I can actually use the measurements on the ruler to do this. Now, if you look at this general design right now, right, we're definitely seeing something that's a little more asymmetrical, which just means the design weight is shifted. It's not cut in half and equal, equal, equal. We've got much more of our visual content is weighted over to one side, and that is what asymmetrical balance looks like. But we're going to get these. Oh, my thing is a little sticky. I gotta come here now. I should clean it with alcohol. Does your pokey tool ever get sticky, or stabby tool? I want this to be spaced. I want it to be right under these parts here. And I feel like if I just get one down, the others will be easier. So let's say, yeah, I like that. Okay, now this is where having a ruler, and also, Gina, this is nice and sturdy. Like it feels pretty heavy to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up first and do the O, because I feel like if I do the O first, the others will be a little easier to do. Okay. And again, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your interest in my channel too. I'm so grateful to have subscribers. I'm so grateful to have, to come into the card world and have a community that is kind and seems to like some of the things that I'm doing. So I'm grateful for that. All right, let's make sure we are basically centered. Okay, see that? We want to get you out of the way for now. I just want to focus on the O. Make sure we're straight. Because it does have, you can definitely tell if you're not perfectly straight with it, because it has a little more of an oval to it. And now, all I have to do, I would tape this down, but I'm going to wing it. Cheryl Bradley, Franklin is here today, and I'm going to tell you, he has just been a monster. Not a monster, okay? My daughter doesn't watch my channel, so I can say that. My daughter's traveling, and my grandkitty's here today, and he has just been a pain in the tushka every single night. He's been coming in my room. He's been just, I don't even know what he's doing. He's just being a little wild, and I am not appreciating it in the middle of the night. I'm just going to say that. All right, see that? See how we can go? Let's push it up against the O. Come on now. And then I promise you I can do this. Is my head in the way? No. Okay. There we go. Oh, I just slipped it. Dang it. That's why we like liquid glue. But also, get back up here. He's just been a little beast, and I'm not sure why, but he is driving me bonko at night. And I mean, I play with him. It's not like he is not ignored. He is very loved. So with a T ruler, I just saw that question, Amanda. What you want to do with it is a T ruler lines you up in I almost said dimensions, directions. It gives you a perpendicular anchor, if you will, because here you take, it's got, it's thicker at the bottom. You get this thicker little guy, and what you do is you put it up against whatever it is you're trying to line up. And so you butt it, it hits the cardstock, and then it can't go any further up or down. Roberta, sorry, just saw that comment. He's being a cat. I know, he's just being a little pestule. That's what I like to call him. Anyway, and when you do that and you hold it down, then you can line your letters up. And I don't know that I need to come up just a little bit. There we go. This is why liquid glue is pretty amazing, because you have a second to play with before it sticks. Oh, Cheryl Bradley, thank you so much. You guys. And so the whole point of having the ruler is for things like this. Now, if you were to, you know, a lot of die cuts cut the whole word, what am I trying to say? You know, connected words like this, you don't have to worry as much, but when you're lining up letters, it can be really helpful. Especially the reason we love these 6-inch ones is because most of us are making USA 2 cards, which are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is literally the perfect, although I think this goes all the way to, yeah, it's 6 inches. It's the perfect size for card makers, and it helps you to line things up. And here, I'm going to go like that. Then you can press it against your ruler, and I'm going to have to wiggle that into place because it's stuck to my tweezers. My tweezers are covered with goo. Oh, come on now. It allows you to see that baseline for your letters. And once you get it into place, you press your letter down, and then you know that they are lined up. Now the O is up just a tiny bit, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. And when I take it away, you can see the U. So now try not to wiggle, and let's just do that. I think even though I don't have any black today, I do have silver. I'm going to use silver. I think Gina's 3-pack has silver. It's gold, black, and silver. There's a mix that she has, and I think there's silver in there too. And here's the thing. I think if I'm doing something in cool tones, right, we are on the cool side of the color wheel. Oftentimes I will go with silver embellishments because silver feels a little cooler to me. Oh, it could be the weather. Yeah, he's just, I mean, again, I love this little guy, but I was saying that, what is the word? There hasn't been a lot of Franklin reward. There's been a lot of him just being a little pest in the middle of the night. And I don't pick him up and, you know, I respect his autonomy. I respect Franklin. If Franklin wanted to come to me and sit in my lap, that would be great. He doesn't. He did it once over Christmas, and I felt like it was a gift from the universe. Okay, so here we go. We're going to use some, do I have little tinies? I do. So these are just some basics, little silver friends here. And I'll put a few down because if Fed Eugenia's watching and I don't boop, I know she's going to be very disappointed in me. And, you know, I care about my viewers. I want you to feel that you've come away with a meaningful experience. The other reason I like, what was the word I was going for? The other reason I like, I've lost it. The other reason I like card making is it's really fun. Okay, that's good. Oh, the other reason I like silver is much like clear, you know, like clear confetti sequins that you can play with. To me, silver feels really neutral, and it adds a little bit of shine without, you know, being in your face. Now, I may actually go up that way. Let's see. I like 5. 3 is a magic number. 5 is a magic number. We like that. And Gina, it's coming your way. But I will tell you this, I will have a link. By the way, I have a link in my video, in my YouTube description, to the first card I created using this stencil set. And then I also have a link to Gina's channel. I know most of you, if you don't subscribe, you know, I would be shocked to hear that. But, you know, you can subscribe, give Gina some love. You know what? I actually might come over like that. Because when I'm doing this sometimes, I like there to be a doot, 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 even though they're all connected. You know what I mean? Oh, I'll have pictures on my blog of this card. After the video's done, I'll go have lunch because I need sustenance for my body. And Gina, fed you Gina. See, there's a lot of Ginas out there. This is for you, a little boob. So we pick it up, we add our liquid glue, and oh, I think I need a new prescription. I'm having a hard time seeing. Boop. Well, I mean, it's the lights too, though. I don't know if you realize this. Boop. You think sometimes that all the, oh, Gina K, can enjoy lunch on you. You're not supposed to be sending super chats. Well, you know, Gina, I've been out of menage a trois, so maybe I'll use that today to go pick up a little bottle for tonight for me and Dan. Although he won't drink it because he thinks it's swill, and I get that. It's fine. I'm not snobby when it comes to my fruit salads. Boop. I just take the cheapest one I can find. Okay, we're coming here. We're gonna and one more down here, and then we'll do a quick design review. Boop. And that is my finished card project for today. Again, I love this stencil. I think it is so pretty. Yes, of course, I tend to want to go with the hydrangeas that are more of the purple and blue, but you can do them any color you like. That's the fun thing about card making, is that we get to make our own color reality. You know, it's like if you want to make glowing red ones or orange ones, you can do that, and a stencil like this will help. So let's do a quick design review of our card today. So again, we are using analogous colors. Those are simply colors that sit next to one another on the color wheel. Those are the light orchids and the blue sky. They are going to work beautifully together. When you overlay a little bit of blue sky, it just gives you this cool sort of dusty violet tone. And that's why I tend to create limits when I'm designing, creating, because I don't want more colors than my body can handle. It's also because they'll turn into mud. Then for our greens here, which are still on that side of the wheel, we just do two together to keep it really simple. So the whole design here, as I said, is an asymmetrical balance. If you cut this right in the middle, okay, you are not equal in all four quadrants, or even if you did 6 quadrants, which is fun to do and imagine where everything goes, you're not equal there either. Everything has a shift to one side. Now, the cool thing about this is, if you've ever heard of the rule of thirds in design, and I swear I need to get an overlay for cards. I will do that. I will get one in acetate that I can do when I'm doing these. But if there are 2 lines here and 2 lines here, the title is literally hitting right on the third quadrant, and then the U is in that bottom right one as well. So that's a really nice positioning for that greeting. We have lots of white space, right? This is white space, doesn't have to be white, but in this case it is. And it just flows out into the ether, right? It's not encumbered by anything, but the whole panel is enclosed by this nice grounding card base that gives us that lavender that really ties it in with repetition, right? From lavender to lavender. And then of course we have our black repeating with that little spatter, just the right amount of spatter. Oh my gosh, Louise, thank you so much. That's awesome. Appreciate that. And again, I know I should pop up everyone's super chat. Sometimes when I'm in the middle of it, I don't do it, but I appreciate you, Cheryl, and I appreciate you, Kelly. Y'all are great, and you certainly don't have to do that, but it's so nice. Okay, anyway, going back to, well, now my comments just went all wonky. Let's get down to the bottom. There we go. Yeah, and then that repetition of our little gems. Also anchored over in this side of the card. That's the finished card for today. And I just wanted to say again, do I have my split screen still? I do. I just wanted to say thank you again to Gina for all the inspiration and the products you design, and your team, like people that I deal with, like Sammy and all the people behind the scenes at Gina K, her team, her designers. They're all just great people. If I lived in Wisconsin, my son would work for you. I promise you that. He's like, well, where does she operate? Because we were talking about him when he was looking for jobs. I'm like, well, you'd have to move. Anyway, I'm just grateful for you and your team, and also for all of you for being here today. I will I will get some pictures taken, and I will, what else will I do? I'll have lunch, and I will thank you for being here. And Gina, thank you. You're just the best. Punch pizza again sometime soon. We got to do it. I need to drive to Milwaukee. It's really not that far. It's 5 hours. It's not that, road trip. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back here with another card project at some point. I don't know when I have videos pre-recorded, but I don't think they're for next week. So I got to I have a plan. I'm going to get to work on it today. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, I will add an end screen. There'll be more videos that I'll link there, but you won't see them now. And I will see you all back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today for my live stream. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you, so hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a few more videos you might be interested in checking out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.